Most people assume kidney damage only comes from things like high blood pressure or diabetes. The reality is far sneakier. Everyday foods quietly damage your kidneys over time. They choke, inflame, and chemically scar kidney tissue. And the worst part is, it often happens without any obvious pain until serious harm has already occurred. Today, we're counting down the top 10 foods that wreck your kidneys. We'll go in reverse order. So stick around for number 1. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe the channel. Food number 10, high sodium processed foods. When people hear salt, they panic. But it's not just table salt by itself. The problem is getting concentrated sodium from packaged products. Without minerals like potassium that balance it, foods like canned soups, frozen dinners, instant noodles, and most fast food load you with sodium while offering almost no potassium that forces your kidneys to work overtime, increases fluid retention, and raises blood pressure. And over months and years, that extra pressure damages the tiny blood vessels and filtering units inside the kidney. Practical note: seasoning real whole foods and eating potassium-rich vegetables helps restore that balance. Number 9, coffee creamers and imitation creams. Those white, powdered, or liquid creamers aren't dairy, they're industrial blends. To make oil and water mix, companies pack them with artificial flavors and additives like titanium dioxide. Some of these ingredients interfere with the tight membranes inside the kidney, increasing leakiness, where proteins escape into the urine. If you use creamers daily, you're bathing your kidneys in chemicals that can undermine membrane integrity over time. Number 8, excess alcohol. Heavy drinking dehydrates you and puts extra strain on kidneys, which need adequate fluid to flush wastes. Alcohol also increases production of uric acid, tiny crystalline particles that act like microscopic shards inside tissues. Those crystals irritate and scar kidney structures and can directly lead to stone formation. Mixing alcohol with sugary mixers, artificial sweeteners, or other additives multiplies the harm. Number 7, overdone green smoothies. This one surprises people. Smoothies full of spinach, beet greens, almonds, or sorrel are rich in plant compounds called oxalates. If you're drinking those blends every day, you can overload your gut with oxalates. In people who can't break them down properly, oxalates end up in the bloodstream and then the kidneys, where they can form crystals and stones. Whether oxalates cause trouble depends on several factors. Your gut bacteria, some microbes, digest oxalates. Your intake of calcium and magnesium, which can bind oxalates in the gut, hydration status, stomach acid levels, and even whether you're constipated. Short fix: rotate ingredients, pair greens with calcium-containing foods, and don't rely on the same high oxalate smoothie every day. Number 6, artificial sweeteners. The usual trio, aspartame, sucralose, and asulfame potassium, show up in tons of diet foods and drinks. Each one attacks the kidneys differently. Some break down into compounds that burden detox pathways. Others disrupt renal tubule function. And some accumulate and increase oxidative stress in kidney cells. Taken chronically, they can impair how the kidney filters and reabsorbs substances, eroding function over time. Number 5, processed meats. Protein itself isn't automatically harmful. It's a necessary building block. But processed meats bring extra baggage, nitrites and nitrates, plus other additives and advanced glycation products from high-temperature processing. Those additives increase acid load, encourage calcification, and promote inflammatory changes and scarring in soft tissues, including the kidneys. If you eat meat, favor whole cuts and minimize processed cold cuts, sausages, and factory-made deli items. Number 4, foods heavy in added phosphates. Not all phosphate is bad. Your body needs it for bones and cells. The issue is inorganic phosphate additives used in many packaged foods, processed cheese slices, some frozen meals, sodas, and many fast food items. Those industrial phosphates are absorbed at much higher rates than natural phosphates, and when they pile up, they can calcify tissues, disturb calcium balance, and ultimately contribute to kidney calcification and dysfunction. Watch ingredient lists. Phosphate and phosphoric are red flags. Number 3, regular use of NSAID painkillers. This isn't a food, but it's so common, it belongs on the list. Ibuprofen, naproxen, and similar drugs suppress prostaglandins, which, among other things, help regulate blood flow to the kidneys. L. Reduce that blood flow repeatedly and you make the kidney work under oxygen conditions. Toxins concentrate, cells get stressed, and tissue death can follow. Occasional use is usually fine, but routine high-dose use, especially when dehydrated or sick, risks permanent loss of filtering capacity. Number 2, highly processed seed and vegetable oils. Oils extracted on an industrial scale, think many supermarket vegetable oils. Soybean, corn, and some canola products undergo intense processing. High heat, pressure, and chemicals to squeeze every drop out. That creates oxidized fats and harmful aldehyde byproducts that our bodies weren't designed to eat. Those compounds damage the kidney's smallest units, the glomeruli, scar tubules, and degrade filtration membranes over time. Number 1, sugar and fructose-heavy foods. This is the worst. Any food or drink that delivers large amounts of sugar, sodas, candies, sweetened coffee, beverages. Desserts is toxic to kidney health when consumed in excess. Fructose is especially dangerous because the liver is the primary site that metabolizes it. Fructose metabolism consumes cellular energy and breaks down ATP. This releases nitrogenous fragments that ultimately become uric acid. Uric acid forms sharp, abrasive crystals that injure tissues, promote inflammation, and increase risk of both stones and chronic scarring in the kidneys. Over time, DIETs, high in added sugars, drive metabolic trouble that cascades into kidney damage. Let's recap. A lot of the highest risk items aren't intuitively bad foods. They're processed, industrial, or show up disguised as healthy. But the pattern is the same. Substances that produce crystals, oxidative stress, chronic inflammation, or large mineral imbalances create persistent stress the kidneys can't shrug off. Now, a few practical takeaways you can act on today. Favor whole foods and rotate your greens instead of drinking the same high-oxalate smoothie every day. Replace powdered creamers with real dairy or a simple splash of milk or unsweetened plant milk that lists few ingredients. Cut back on sugary drinks and processed snacks, even natural. Sweeteners that are high in fructose can be harmful if overused. Minimize routine NSAID use. Use alternatives when possible and stay hydrated. Read labels for phosphate, phosphoric, and long ingredient lists that hide additives. Cook with minimally processed fats, olive, ghee, and avoid repeatedly heating cheap industrial oils. Remember, prevention is subtle. You won't feel immediate pain when damage begins. The harm stacks up silently. So small, consistent choices, better hydration, fewer packaged foods, fewer added sweeteners buy your kidneys time and resilience. If this was helpful, I've got another video right here that dives into how to test for early kidney strain and the exact foods to swap in without losing flavor. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss it. Stay sharp, make those tiny changes, and protect your kidneys. They're working harder than you think. Thanks for watching.